The office party was supposed to be simple: food, music, and a chance for everyone to relax after a long quarter. My partner, Sarah, insisted I come. She said it would help me understand her world better. I didn't realize how right she was. Halfway through the night, Sarah and her boss, Mark, got into a heated discussion near the drinks table. Mark was the kind of man who believed he was right simply because he was the one talking. Sarah challenged him on a project decision he made earlier that week, and for the first time, someone didn't immediately agree with him. He didn't like that. I walked over just as Sarah said, "But your plan cost us 2 major clients." Mark crossed his arms. "My plan was solid. You just didn't execute properly." I could see Sarah's frustration. She wasn't wrong, and everyone in the office had quietly admitted that Mark mishandled things. So when she turned to me and asked, "Right?" I didn't hesitate. "Honestly," I said, "Sarah's correct. The clients didn't leave because of her." The moment the words left my mouth, Mark's expression shifted. His jaw tightened, and he stared at me like I had just committed some crime. He stood up from his chair suddenly, so fast the people around us stopped talking. Then he stepped right into my space, eyes cold, voice sharp. "Who do you think you are?" he said. "This is my company. My team. You don't get to comment on things you don't understand." The room went silent. Sarah stepped forward. "Mark, stop." But he wasn't listening. He leaned even closer and poked his finger into my chest, not hard enough to injure, but enough to humiliate. Enough to make it clear he wanted to make an example of me in front of everyone. "You don't come to my event and embarrass me," he said. "Keep quiet, or stay home next time." I didn't raise my voice. I didn't shove him back. I just said calmly, "Respect goes both ways." That sentence, quiet, simple, made him even angrier. He let out a short, mocking laugh and turned away, waving his hand dismissively. "Unbelievable," he muttered loudly enough for everyone to hear. "People who don't even work here think they have opinions." Sarah looked mortified. Her co-workers looked uncomfortable. And I looked at Mark, realizing exactly the kind of person he was. I left the party early that night, not in anger, but in thought. Something wasn't right. You don't get that defensive unless you're hiding something. And Mark was hiding a lot. The next morning, an employee, someone junior whom Sarah often mentored, sent her an anonymous message asking if she was safe. Sarah asked what that meant. The employee then forwarded a screenshot of Mark's private staff group chat, where he was bragging about putting me in my place and mocking Sarah for bringing an emotional partner to an adult event. That was only the beginning. Over the next few days, people from the team quietly began telling Sarah stories. Times Mark had belittled them, insulted them, or threatened their jobs. No one had ever spoken up because Mark had connections higher up in the company. But now, after what he did at the party, people finally felt brave enough to talk. And Sarah, she wasn't about to let it slide. She collected every message, every statement, every witness. She compiled a report so well organized that you'd think she'd been preparing it for years. Then she sent it, not to HR, not to Mark, but directly to the regional director, someone Mark reported to. Within 3 days, Mark was placed under investigation. Within 2 weeks, he was removed from his position. He didn't get fired publicly. They called it leadership restructuring. But everyone knew what it really was. A month later, Sarah got a message from a coworker. "Mark is gone. The office feels lighter. Thank you." "When we talked about it that evening," Sarah said, "I'm sorry he acted that way toward you." I shook my head. "You didn't do anything wrong. He did." She took my hand and whispered, "You gave people courage. Maybe you didn't mean to, but you did." I never wanted a fight that night at the party. I never wanted drama or conflict. All I did was tell the truth. But sometimes, the truth is all it takes to make a bully fall.